Hello and welcome to everyone. And we would like to welcome you back to the second part of our conference, MAHSA University's International Conference on Accounting and Business, MiCAB 2022, which is organized by the Faculty of Business, Hospitality, Accounting, and Finance. For our third expert session, I would like to call upon Professor Emeritus Dr. I.C. Gupta, a professor at Oriental University, India, to speak to us today about co-creation, the 10 P's of services and hospitality marketing. But before that, please allow me to introduce our very esteemed guest for the day. Professor Emeritus I.C. Gupta has held various positions, including the Dean at the Faculty of Management and Tourism and Director at International Institute of Professional Studies, Devi Ahilya University, Indore, India. His present position is UGC for the Government of India and subject expert for management and tourism. He also holds the position of a professor emeritus at Oriental University in India. Professor I.C. Gupta has taught internationally in various countries, including France, Thailand, Mauritius, and the Royal University of Bhutan. He has conducted various researches and won several awards, including the Unstoppable Air Veteran from V India Air Force. Please, let's welcome Professor I.C. Gupta. Professor, how are you today?
Fine, thank you.
We are very glad to have you here with us today.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, your slides are being shown to all of us, so you may proceed.
Okay, shall I start?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Namaste. How do you pronounce this? Salam Tenga. Anyhow, I'm not able to pronounce. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I celebrate every day because my students are my Valentine. These are my qualifications. These are the places I taught. I was in Indian Air Force and I was working in corporate organization known as Federal Clyde Air Conditioning. I was selling refrigerator air conditioners. The Dean of Management, was Director of Business School. I had my own company named Marco, Marketing Research Consultancy Organization. Under this Marco, I used to do research for corporate world and government organizations. I did one research for government of Thailand, another research for government of India, and about 10 research for corporate world. I was group director of another business school known as Prestige Group of Institutes. My present position is Professor Emeritus Oriental Institute, UGC AIU subject expert on management and tourism, and of course, I am part-time housewife. Before COVID, during COVID, and after COVID, always. I love these areas: marketing, advertising, research, tourism, meditation, music and movie, and you. Today's topic is tourism and hospitality marketing, co-creation, the 10th P of hospitality and tourism marketing. So we shall be talking about the overview of tourism and hospitality marketing, including all 10 P's of hospitality and tourism marketing. Now, how do we define marketing? A simple definition I created is find it and fill it. Organization is required to find the needs of the customer and to satisfy the need of the customer and thereby earn the profit. Second important deviation is that is buying also known as marketing or it is only selling is marketing? No, buying is also marketing. And of course, the difference between selling and marketing, as you know. And now we have moved to societal marketing, green marketing. The second step that is taken in marketing management is marketing environment. Internal environment, external environment, and we try to analyze this and collect information. Based on this information, the marketing manager will make decision. Third step is most important step is consumer analysis. We try to collect the information about the consumer buying behavior, consumer disposition behavior, what motivates them, and what are the factors they considered in buying the product. So all the information is collected on about the consumer at stage number three. And stage number four is marketing information system. It consists of internal sources of information. It consists of market intelligence, that is information about the competitor, and then we can collect the information as per requirement with the help of marketing research. And fifth step in marketing of hospitality and tourism is marketing planning. We try to decide segmentation, targeting, positioning. We do forecasting, and we decide the budget is required for promoting our product. So this was the fifth step in marketing. And then when you go on service marketing, actually there are certain challenges in this characteristic. So I am not interested in discussing the characteristic of services which everybody knows, but I am more interested in what are the challenges created by these type of characteristics. So let's see. Now, intangibility. We know that services are intangible, and you have to sell the dream. So one of the challenges of marketing of services is to sell something which is not seen. Some people say whatever can be seen can be sold, but the tourism and hospitality services cannot be seen, so it is difficult to sell. This is one of the challenges of intangibility of services, that we have to sell the hope or sell the dreams which are not visible or which are cannot be seen by people. So this is one of the challenges. Then inseparability. Now the supply of the services cannot be increased uh, because it is not separate. The services cannot be separated from service provider. So supply is a constant. This cannot be increased uh, uh, for services. Then variability. The service quality does not remain constant, varies from person to person, from provider to provider, from user to user. So we are required to, this is one of the challenges, that we cannot give constant same quality of services. Thereby, we are required to develop some training plan system so that similar type of services are being, same quality of services can be provided over a period of time. So variability is also challenge. And fourth challenge is perishability. The services perishes if they are not sold. They are like flowers, they are like vegetables. So if they are not, they are like the newspaper. If they are not sold in time, then they are lost. This is one of the biggest challenge service industry has. Hospitality, or if a room is not sold, it's a loss. If the airline ticket is not sold, their aircraft is going empty, it is a loss. If any services in the hotel, airline, travel agency, and even the classroom teachers services are perishable. If the students are not coming or they are not available online, then my services or teacher services are perished. So there's a big problem that services cannot be stored. They are to be sold somehow. And that's why there's more requirement of sales promotion schemes and various other method to sell the services. If not sold, there will be big loss. Not like product. Product can be stored. Services cannot be stored, and this is a big challenge. So these are the characteristics of services which creates challenges. Now we come to marketing mix. There, of course, when you ask anybody what is marketing mix, they'll say four P's: product, price, place, promotion. But what is the definition of marketing mix? I would like to emphasize on the definition of marketing mix. Marketing mix are the activities and effort done by the organization to promote a product or service to the consumer to satisfy the need of the consumer and thereby earn a profit. So these are all the activities which are done by organization to satisfy customer need and earn profit. So they develop product, price, place, promotions also. Now we know what product. Uh, if I had to ask a question, if uh, Dr. Tara is a product or service, everybody will say service. It's correct. But I will say it's a product also. Are you surprised? Tara, Dr. Tara is a product? The product is divided in two categories, goods and services. So Tara is a service product. Tara is not good, but Dr. Tara is service product. So product is divided into goods and services. Along with product, we have brand name, we have packaging, but packaging is not used in goods. Packaging is used in services. So with along with the product, we have what we call the branding of the particular product or name of the particular product. So product is anything that can satisfy customer need. Price is how much the consumer is willing to pay. Very interestingly, the price is not decided in marketing or in the hospitality marketing on the basis of cost. Generally, marketing people do not decide the price on the basis of cost. They consider cost as the lowest range below which the cost price cannot go. But what will be the price above the cost depends upon the willingness of consumer to pay. What is going to consumer ability to pay or maximum amount of amount the price the consumer can pay. So the lowest limit is cost and highest limit is the willingness of consumer to pay maximum price. Then place is to make the product available where the consumer wants it. Then promotion. We have what we call generally promotion mix. And how do we define promotion mix? When we say promotion mix, immediately the result comes advertising, publication, sales promotion, and all those five P's, five promotion mix. But it is not promotion mix definition. Promotion mix definition is a communication from marketer to customer for the purpose of informing and persuading them to buy our product. I repeat again, the promotion mix is a communication from marketer to customer to inform and persuade them to buy our product and thereby we earn money and satisfy customer need. So these are traditional marketing mix which generally read everywhere. But now because of competition, because of service quality differs, service marketing differs from product marketing, we have additional piece at second level, this marketing mix second level, that we add three more P's: people, process, and physical evidence. All services are people based. Majority of services are people based. We qualify, we make classification of services in terms of people based or machine based. Like ATM services are machine based. Airline is people based and machine based. Teaching is primarily people based. Consultancy is primarily 100% people based. So we decide people based or machine based. So majority of the services in hospitality and tourism are people based, people predominant. So what do we do? People are very important, both the service provider and service user. We are required to give them training to service provider as well as service user how to use the services. And that's why the fifth P becomes more important because service industry is people dominated or people rich industry. Then we come to process of delivering services. We should deliver the service so that it is fast, accurate, and courteous. So these are three criteria which are used for process. That you should design a process that the service is delivered which is accurate, prompt, and courteous. More so the courteous because there are human interaction. There is a service encounter with the people or the customer, and we got to give services with good behavior, good communication. That is courteous services. That's why the sixth process becomes very important. Now the seventh, how do we find out whether this service quality is good or bad? Because we cannot see anything. What we see is only something which is not service itself, but which are the tangible things that service people can use. So in hotel room, we cannot see services, but we can see the lobby, we can see the decoration, we can see the lighting, we can see the people, we can see the decoration, we can see the furniture, we can possibly see the room. So all these are physical evidence which shows the quality of the services. So physical evidence is the important variable which shows the quality of services. Like university, how do we know the quality of service? University, building, lab, computer center, the type of faculty, and so on and so forth. Physical evidence gives clue to quality of services. Otherwise, services cannot be, we cannot find out the quality of services. So physical evidence is very, very important variable in marketing mix. So these three are further aided in services marketing. But I am really not interested in these three. I am possibly more interested in marketing mix third level. And third level is this. We have three additional P's: packaging, programming, and participation. I would like to discuss more these three P's in detail. Packaging. Let me give first example of hotel industry. That when I pay for room tariff, what do I get? I get a room, sometime breakfast, if it is a BB hotel, breakfast in bed. But when I pay for when I pay tariff, I get bed and breakfast. But I also get if there is swimming pool, if there is a some sort of uh, uh, games, gym, we have some sort of activities which are there available, which is part of the tariff. You don't have to pay separately. So I how do I define packaging? Packaging is selling all selling all related prices, related services. Packaging is selling the related services under one price. Selling all the related services under one price. So if you take the example of hotel, if I pay per tariff, I get bed, breakfast, swimming pool, gym, sauna, jacuzzi, everything. I don't need to pay separately. But there are some things which I have to pay separately. That becomes part of programming. Similarly, in airline, if I buy ticket, air ticket, I get possibly now there are economic version of airline. Otherwise, we used to get food, newspaper, music, all these, and of course, air hostess smile. So that's a part of packaging. But nowadays, airline doesn't give anything except water. So that becomes a part of packaging. When you buy airline ticket, you get uh, transportation and you get water. These two things are packaging. We take the example of colleges, university. What is the packaging? When you pay fee, you get teaching, the institution, you get library, you get computer center, and similar activities of which are free, which is a part of the packaging, which is part of your fee. But your parking, your food, all these things are separate. Hostel, so it is separate. You have to pay separately for this. So packaging is put paying related services under one price. Packaging helps us to increase our income by offering many activity or many related services under one price. Similarly, now the program is just opposite of this. Uh, Giving related services but charging for each of the services. So this increases our revenue. So we have in the hotel, we have travel desk, we have bar, we have bookshop, we have flower shop. But for each of these services, you got to pay separate. And hence, that is not part of the packaging. It is a part of programming. So offering related services, but for each service, you are required to pay separately. The purpose of programming is to increase the revenue and to provide the facilities for the guests so that you need not to run here and there. Travel is available. The transportation car, taxis available. Then flowers are available, books are available. Of course, there is a bar available. For each of the services, you are required to pay. So if you have to pay separately for the services, it is a programming. If you don't need to pay separately for the services, it is a part of programming. Both are important in increasing the revenue and providing additional comfortable services to the guests. Now we come to the third and most important. the 10th P of tourism and hospitality marketing. For I'll be happy to communicate with you that this 10th P was thought up by me. It was promoted by me, and there is Professor Ray Fisk, Professor Parusuraman, Professor Seth, and now possibly Felix Kotler also will agree with me. I wrote to him. So there is a person, Ray Fisk from Australia, then Parusuraman, of course, from India, and then we have Dr. Seth again, he's from India. So these two people have agreed to my concept of 10th P, which I thought of, I conceived, I visualized, and that is 10th P, participation. So I will explain what is participation and how this participation it becomes more important P for tourism and hospitality industry. We use word co-creation. 10th P participation is co-creation. Means this service provider and service user jointly make the effort to use the services. So there is a contribution not only by service provider, but there is a contribution of service users also, and that is known as co-creation, and that is the participation. Most simple example will be our classroom. Teacher is a service provider, student a service user, but we jointly co-create the learning environment. And when they ask question, when they ask doubt, when they make some presentation, when they add some value to the talk, so that is their contribution, co-creation. So they participate in the classroom. That is what called student engagement programs in the classroom. So co-creation is a participation of service user in the service delivery process. So we have the definition of participation, that's the 10th P. Active involvement of the customer in service delivery process, like students are involved in learning process. Similarly, in hotel industry, if uh, if we involve the guest in service delivery process, that will be known as participation. Similarly, if we involve the tourist in the service delivery process of tourism, then that is known as participation. I have some example from tourism. Then I'll give some example from hospitality industry. Like watching dance is one activity, but it is not enough. It gives you pleasure, but if the participant, the guest, or the tourist is allowed or encouraged to dance, be the part of dance group, then he'll be more than happy. He participate in dancing. Similarly, in restaurant, if you are eating your dish, but if you are also helping preparing the dish, nowadays the kitchen are made of glass and you can see through. You can go and talk to chef and give some idea to him. So it is a part of participation. There is one restaurant, Suki restaurant. I'll talk about it later on, which where the guest himself is required to prepare his or her own food. I'm going to show it later on. Now I was in Thailand for 5 years, and we used to go was watching the crocodile show as a tourist. Just watching the crocodile show gives me satisfaction. But if I get involved into show and also take part into the crocodile show, I participate in the crocodile show, then I get delight, more than. I'll show you some picture here. So sushi restaurant, then ATM is one example. You participate, self-service bar in the flight. One of the airline, Lufthansa, I think, they don't serve hard drinks or liquor in the flight. They have a bar, and the customer can go to the bar and can get the drink himself or herself. Self-check-in in airline and Formula One hotel is absolutely hotel where there is no human being. It's completely computerized hotel. You get a code. You go into the hotel. There is a computer kept there. You punch in the code number and you get the electronic key and go to your room. And everything is electronically done. There is no human touch or human encounter. So this is also some of the example. I'll show you with some picture what is a participation. Now here, in India, there is a place known as Jaisalmer. It is one of the desert. We have a desert festival. A lot of the foreign tourists come to the desert festival and they take part in the desert festival. Like here, turpentine competition. The camel race. So they take part in camel race. They become one of the participants to run the camel. They become one of the participants to to wear the turban. So turpentine competition, the camel race. This is a result. This is a foreigner, tourist, and Indian. There is tug of war competition. Then this is a elephant show in Thailand that you give bath, you clean and give bath to the tourist, cleans and gives bath to elephant. You become the part of the service delivery process. Now here, the Kalbe, this is one of the dance in India known as Kalbelia dance which is related to snakes. So this lady is Kalbelia dancer, and when foreigner comes, they dance themselves, they take part in that. So that is a participation. This is Suki restaurant. When you order some food, they will cut everything, vegetable and non-vegetable, non-vegetable items, and give it to you. Now it is up to you to prepare your own food on the Suki pot. So this is in hospitality industry participation. This is crocodile show. So you just don't see crocodile show, you take part. How do you take part? You do like this. He is the tourist. He's taking part in the crocodile show. And this gives it gives the more delight, not satisfaction. The person becomes more excited to taking part in the crocodile show. Now, this is one of the McQuire Business School in Sydney, where they join together to how to engage more students in the learning processes in the classroom. So they promote participation of the student by designing some system known as Student Participation Program. This is a McQuire Business School in Sydney. Nowadays we have a RAII, robot, artificial intelligence, and robotics. All these things are being used. Now we come to why. What is the objective of 10th P? That is participation. It generally customer gets satisfaction, but with the participation, person will be delighted. As we all know, there are two levels of customer satisfaction. One is customer satisfaction, other is customer delight. So we take a customer from customer satisfaction to customer delight with the help of participation. It is we engage customer so that he becomes a part of service delivery process. It becomes convenient for the student or the guest or the tourist to become conveniently engage himself into the activities of tourist. He can have control over the service delivery system and it boosts the ego. So these are the benefits of the participation. Now there are some of the questions which is generally asked by students to me about this. What is the difference? Why 4 P's to 7 P's and 7 P's to 10 P's? So what is happening? This is the reason for this. Why we are moving from 4 P to 7 P to 10 P? Because we have to innovate or we have to perish. We have to do something, keep changing, you keep innovating depending upon this changing dynamics of the customer need. And if you do not match with the customer need, then you will perish. So these additional P's are coming because of the demand of customer, demand of tourists, demand of guests, and we have to handle those demands and possibly create more activities or comes under P's. So why we 4P to 7P? Because we want increased competition, need increased effort. So these are the increased effort. Another question was asked that there is no profit There's no P like profit. We have 10P, but there's no P profit. So the basic idea is profit is not a P, or not the activity, not the effort. It is the result of the effort of the company. So all the 10th P are directed towards achieving the profit. Thereby, profit is not a marketing mix. Profit is the result of marketing mix. Then there's a lot of competition. Then how do we meet with the competition? If these 10th P, if you implement them properly and effectively, then we'll be able to uh, compete and go in a dynamic environment to compete with this. So what is required is efficient and effective plan and implementation of 10 Ps. Another questions was generally asked by student was, what is the difference between C's and P's? There are 7 C's and there are 7 P's. So actually, it is a approach or attitude. Is the difference between approach or attitude? As a matter of fact, all marketing is based on focusing on customer. So when we say selling, it focuses on product. When we talk about marketing, we always say it is customer. So all marketing activities are decided and focused around customer. That's why C's are not very important. C's are important, not P's. P, product, price, place, promotion, these are important. But what is important is how customer sees that. So 7 C's are more important than P's because these P's are under the control of organization. But C's are not under the control of organization. Let me show you with the diagram. Here, we have control on the product. We can modify the product and so on and so forth. But we don't have control on the customer need. So we have to focus our product based on customer need. And customer need is not our under control. We can find out the changing customer need and modify the product accordingly. So what is more important? Not product, customer need. Similarly, the price. Price is decided by the marketer, but it is how much the cost the consumer is willing to pay. The word that I was missing is perceptual price. Actually, in marketing, the price is decided not on the basis of cost, but on the basis of perceptual price. What is perceptual price? Is maximum amount of money customer is willing to pay for a particular product to buy. So that is the cost. So price can be controlled, but the cost the consumer is willing to pay is not controlled. It is his or her own subjective uh, um, level that how much cost is he or she is going to pay. Place. Where the place you can decide. The marketer can design the place, but convenience where the consumer want it, that is more important. So depending upon the consumer desire, where he wants the particular she wants the particular product, then we decide the place. For example, the soft drink should be available in theater. Soft drink should be available in the park where we are there. So depending upon the customer need, we should make the product available as per the convenience of the customer requirement. So this customer convenience can be found out and then we design the place. Similarly, the promotion. Promotion is as we defined, it is communication from marketer to customer. So we have to find out what type of communication generally the customers engage into. Are they engaged into the um, social media? Are they engaged in reading newspaper, magazine, TV, and so on, so on? Based on this, the desire and liking of the customer, then we should design the promotion. Physical evidence, the credibility of these evidence, like place, cleanliness, building. So generally, for example, hotel, the the lobby decor is one of the requirement of physical evidence. If it has credibility, then we should create. Particularly, I'll give you example of Maldives. The credibility of physical evidence becomes more important in the mind of consumer. The physical evidence of the hotel in Maldives creates more credibility for the consumer, where the rooms are there, how they are located, what are the way to reach there, and so on and so forth. Process is a delivery process, and it depends upon the connectivity of the consumer. And finally, the people. We have to train people, service provider and service user, so that we can offer them good customer service as is required. So whatever is required by the customer, then we should train our people to give similar type of service. I remember one advertisement of the hotel where the hotel manager, lobby manager, is trying tying the laces of a small boy, laces of shoes of a small boy. Now this doesn't come from manual, hotel manual. It comes from the courtesy of the people, those who are in the hotel. So this is the initiative of the hotel man, what type of customer service they can provide. So it is empathy, sympathy, it is a customer perception, customer focus that will decide the type of customer service which is given by people. So that's why we are required to train people in terms of customer service. So more important is a C. P is under the control of the company, but C is not under the company. We have to design P based on C. And last is that our marketing mix. What is the effect of our marketing mix? We can measure the effect of marketing mix in terms of increase in sale, in terms of improved in image of the company, in terms of the service quality, or what called SERQUAL. If the perception of our customer is that your quality is good, then it is because of marketing mix. And consumer satisfaction. More in satisfaction, more effective over your marketing mix. So these are some of the measurement to find out the effect of your marketing mix. But more coming back to again participation, that is co-creation by supplier, service supplier, and service user. And here, the service delivery process, we involve the customer so that he feels more happy, he feels more delighted. That is the basic concept of participation or co-creation. That's all. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Thank you so much, Professor. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
very
the
much.
presentation. And please allow me to invite Dr. Silvia Melikel, the Dean of the Faculty, to award your good self with a certificate as a token of appreciation from us to your good self.
Okay, thank you very much. The words
Hello,
enough.
Prof. Gupta. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure
Pleasure is
listening to
mine.
you after a long time, maybe after 10 years. And on behalf of MAHSA University, I would like to thank you for your wonderful presentation on the 10 P's and on hospitality. We really enjoyed listening to you. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you so much. Thank you, Doctor. And now it is worth mentioning that we will be having the parallel sessions whereby all our conference participants will be presenting their conference papers in front of session chairs. This will be from 3:15 p.m. up to 5:15 p.m., followed by Best Presenter Awards and a thank you note from our conference secretary. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached to the end of the MAHSA University's International Conference on Accounting and Business, MiCAB 2022, and we hereby would like to extend our deepest gratitude for each and every one of you for being here with us today. On behalf of MAHSA University and the Faculty of Business, Hospitality, Accounting, and Finance, we would like to wish you all the best. Thank you so much for being here with us today.